What's up, everybody? On this week's episode of The Chop Up, we got some special guests here. We got Chef Ree, we got Chef Marv, Chef Schmitty, and we got Chef Marley. How y'all doing, fellas?
Good.
Okay. So I heard that it's going to be a little cook-off on Saturday, right?
Yeah.
Okay. May the best man win. Okay, so got a couple questions for you guys. How y'all feel about this cook-off?
Feel great. Feel great. Listen, you got a great group of guys right here, man. Listen, I just met, my man Chef Marv, but when you get in a room like this, feel like I already knew him already for a long time. When the cooking all coming together, we all been to each other. We all brothers up here, man. So I'm blessed to be up here with these guys, man.
Marv?
Yep. Just like Chef Ree said, just meeting him for the first time. It's a good thing. Met Chef Schmitty already. Met Chef Jimmy already, but hey, new people, new things, coming together, do something positive.
Okay.
I mean, we got a great group of people here. Everybody here is familiar with each other. I work with Ree. I work
Yeah.
with Marv, Marley. You know what I mean? We all go way back. So we got a
Okay.
unique set of skills going across the board here, and it should be really, really interesting. I think a lot of people should show up, show your support, man. You know all of us. Somebody out there watching this podcast right now knows each and every single one of us. So show your support, yo. We need you there.
Absolutely.
I ain't got
Marley?
trust none in that, right? Just talking. Word up. Nah, I just think this is just a beautiful thing, man.
Yeah.
All three of these positive, good brothers right here, man.
Absolutely.
I done had all their food. They all got a hand. So,
Mhm.
you know what I mean? There's no flukes here. Everybody can cook here. You know what I mean? This is
Okay.
going to be a good time, man. And like Chris said, y'all come out and show support, man. Y'all had all of our food. The whole town has. Come out and show some love,
Absolutely.
y'all.
Yes, yes. This Saturday, May 18th, 3 to 7 at the Pajama Factory. Come support, come show out for these guys. Like y'all know them. Come show love, come eat, come get some good food. So, I mean, what else can I say about that? Come support. So, I do got some questions for you guys because this is a competition. Hopefully, a friendly competition because it's all love at the end of the day. So, I got a question for y'all. So, when did y'all start like getting passionate when it came to cooking? Like, what was that thing where it's like, okay, I'm gonna start cooking. This is my thing. When did that happen for y'all?
For me, it started, man, I was probably about 10, 11. It always started at home, man. For me, it started with Mom Dukes. You got to start with Mom, watching her cook. It
Yeah.
start from that. So watching her, she groomed me to, always, do things for myself. So cooking was one of those things. Take pride in that. So it was just in the family. You know what I mean? So I started cooking at a young age, and ever since that, once people started actually liking what I was making, I was like, let me see where I can go with this. So it just took off from there. I ain't never stopped cooking since then.
Okay.
All right. See, for me, it was early teens, and my first thing it was my grandmother. May she rest in peace.
Mm.
She always wanted me to cook on my own, and she taught me how to do a fried bologna sandwich.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
For me,
It is, right?
that
Facts.
was my rip
For
right
sure.
there. That was my start, and ever since then, I've been taking recipes from Mom Dukes, from my grandmother, little by little, and putting my own spin on it.
Okay. Schmitty.
Yo, I know a lot of y'all ain't gonna believe this, but I hated cooking.
Mm.
When I was younger, my mom and them used to try to pull me in the kitchen. I'm like, nah, man, I'm not trying to go in there. But I really fell in love with it after art school. I stopped
Nice.
drawing, I stopped doing computer animation, and my muse turned into food. I found my artistic expression through food. I bought
Mm.
my first grill, and I realized now I could share my passion with people in a more intimate way,
Okay.
and food became my medium. So that's how I fell in love
Nice.
with it.
Yes. Okay. Marley?
Man, I started at a young age too, man. Started at like 9, man. Learn how to fry chicken.
Yeah.
Learn how to cook a steak.
Okay.
But I was a teacher and a
Mm.
camp counselor before I started any of this like
Okay.
chefing life and all
Yeah.
that. I mean, I taught kids from 3 to 5 years old, did summer
Wow.
camps, after school programs.
Yeah.
Had my own after school program at the old YMCA.
Okay.
I worked with kids for a long time, but my uncle inspired me.
Nice.
You know what I mean? He chefed
nice.
all around the port. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I just followed him and worked at Ruby Tuesdays and just fell in love after that, man, and started working at all the restaurants and learning.
Right.
I mean, never went to school.
Nice.
You know what I mean? It's all self-taught and
Yeah.
just paying attention, man, and
Yeah.
just learning. And
Okay.
look where we at now.
I see. Yes.
Feel me?
Yes. I just gotta say, like, ladies, a man that can cook. Telling you, get you a man that can cook.
10 years in.
Yes. I'm telling you, no woman going to turn down a man that can cook. Just saying. So, yes. So I got a couple questions for you guys. So, what was the worst meal you feel like you ever prepared? And I feel like I kind of got an idea of Kareem, but
So it's crazy. We was just laughing about this last night before we came here today. So I did platters a while ago. I'm known around here for doing platters. I've been doing it for like 10 plus years. And one thing I always try to be, which all of us, I'm sure, try to be consistent. With the portions. What you're serving. Make sure it's hot. You got a name for yourself. So I take pride in the carry. So one time I did platters and I had cabbage on the menu. It was one of my sides, and I cooked it. It was fine, cooked it to perfection. But what happened was I was rushing and I forgot I had it in the oven. I had the oven on low, not realizing the cabbage was still cooking. So when it was time to start serving, it was too late for me to try to finesse it. I gave about 2-3 orders of cabbage out. The thing about it is, though, one thing they always say is when in doubt, throw it out. See, and I know better than that. I knew I shouldn't have served it, but I was rushing and I was being a little greedy. I was trying to get a couple dollars out of it. So I tried to salvage it. And my brother, he called me. One thing I love about my family, they're going to always be honest with me. I'm glad it was him versus somebody else calling me. He said, Kareem, what the hell are you doing with this cabbage, man? he said, it's burnt, man. He said, why would you sell this? Why would you serve this, man? He said, I hope you didn't get this to nobody else. He said, just get rid of it. Throw the whole damn pan away. So I didn't get mad. I needed that, though. I wanted to hear that. I wanted to be honest with me. So immediately I took off the menu. I didn't serve it no more. And luckily he was one of the first ones to catch it. So I didn't get to like 10, 12 other people. And it would have been could have been a bad name out there for myself. So he looked out on that one.
Marv?
I want to say
that deep fry.
It was done.
For me, I want to say chicken. I spiced it too much. I had a couple of old heads, that don't do spices or do light spice. And got a phone call about how my old head took a bite of it and basically burnt his tongue. That's how much. And the thing was, I didn't really put any spice in it but the combination of paprika. And I had to learn that the hard way. So yeah, that's about it. That's my thing right there. And that was probably a couple months ago.
Oh, okay.
I mean, scorching stuff is like a chef's worst nightmare, especially when you're dealing with like sauces, your red sauces, your bechamels for your macaroni and cheese.
Right.
That flavor don't go nowhere.
Once you get a little bit scorched,
What is gone?
Yeah.
You can taste it through the whole dish. This one time I made a pot of gumbo And when I ate that gumbo, it was so good. And for some reason, that pan bumped the knobs that was on the back of the stove, and it cranked up the heat. And I didn't know about it. And I'm in the middle of serving. Bang! I'm cranking this joint out. Next thing I know, I hear this loud crack, crack. I look over to the stove. My whole glass top cracked. The bottom of the pot was gone. The whole pot of gumbo. And I had already served that. I didn't realize it was burning. You know what I mean? I'm just pushing it through.
Right.
And I'm like, oh, man. And gumbo's expensive.
Yeah.
You know, I got shrimp. You know what I mean? We got crab in there.
Wow.
All this crazy stuff.
Oh, man.
So, yeah, scorched. You know, just chef's worst.
Oh, man. Okay.
Man, let me see. I'm gonna have to say my first time making ribs.
Oh, not the ribs.
Oh Lord, man. One, I forgot to rip the silver skin off the back of it.
Oh man.
These Jones was so tough, man. Yeah, they was bad, man. And I ain't cook them at a right temperature. You know what I mean? But this is in my learning stage.
Right.
Still, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, I came out with some dry ribs. Them Jones like jerky. Jones like straight jerky.
Oh man. So when do y'all think cooking became popular for men? Like we see all the ladies cooking shows, but the men been doing their thing. Like when do y'all think that just y'all took over?
For me, most of my relationships, I always seem to have done the cooking. So I guess it's just, I mean, it's crazy because it's like, I don't know. Not that it was a problem. I kind of wanted to take on that, bro. You know, I embraced it. I wanted to cook, you know. So I basically told my lady, you got to get out the kitchen. Sometimes I ain't even like help. She'd try to help me. I'm like, get out of there. Don't touch. You know, everybody got things like a certain way, you know. So right. I'm a little particular about how I prepare and how I prep and get things ready. So I think it started just from relationships. You know, for me, it was just taking on that role, you know, in the home, you know, in the house, you know, showing my kids, you know, how to cook or whatnot. You know, just kind of carried over. You know, like I said, go back to my mom. You know, I always was pushed to do it. You know, learn it, perfect it. You know, just don't depend on nobody to cook for you. So that's basically what it comes down to. Don't let a woman. You gotta learn how to cook for yourself.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, that's about the same. Like I said, the women in my life growing up, that's what taught me. That's what pushed me. So I guess I gathered it from my grandmother, my mom's, and took my spin to it, pushed it, perfected the things that they taught me.
Yeah.
You know.
Nice. Yes. Okay.
Everybody gonna want me to cook.
Telling you.
You got me bringing up like, oh,
y'all inbox is really about to be blowing up after this, for sure.
I mean, I'm gonna keep it real with you guys right now, but a lot of people don't know this, but women normally were the home cooks. Men have always dominated in the chef's field. Always. So, you know, it's not new. What we're really seeing is there's a lot of men home cooks now.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of men being very boisterous about, yo, I can throw down, I got hands. So we're not actually seeing, we're not actually seeing something, we're not actually seeing something that's new. We're just seeing people be more passionate and being more boisterous about what they're doing.
Nice. Yes.
Echo.
Okay. Schmitty done said it all.
That was well put.
Okay. All right. So guys, like I know some of you guys, y'all been working in the cooking field for a long time. What's some tips on starting your own cooking business you guys can give us?
I would say, well, obviously be consistent, be consistent, be passionate. And if you're going to have a business where you're going to, hire people, make sure you do your background on them. Yeah. Make sure they share the same passion as you. Those things are really important, man. Like, just, and being able to, trust people, have a bond with a person, man. If you don't love cooking, you're not going to be good at it. Bottom line. So you got to have passion. You got to actually want to do it. Yeah. I've worked with a lot of people who cook just for a job to cook, and they hated it. They was mad,
Mm.
miserable, terrible. It shows in the food. So
Right.
that
Yes.
they go a long way, man. Like you got to be passionate about this thing, man. I tell you, passion go a long way. Like the love for it. Everybody say, "What you put? Man, what you put in that make it taste like that?" You know what I tell them? Man, that's love, man.
Mm,
I put
yes.
love in that thing, man.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, like Chef Ree said, it's basically is patience.
Oh, yeah, that's
It take a lot of patience. I mean, love, paying attention to it. Sometimes, slow cooking your meat, putting certain
Mhm.
seasonings in it, marination sometimes,
Yeah.
different things. You put your mind to it, push it out the way you want to do it. And as a chef, if you feel like it shouldn't be put out there, then 9 times out of 10, it shouldn't be put out there.
Right. Okay.
Starting your own cooking business. So I don't want people to underestimate how important family is.
Mm.
Some of the most successful businesses in the United States start as a family business.
Yeah.
A mother, a father, and their kids working really hard to make sure that family is or to make sure that family business is successful.
Right.
Cooking is a lot of work. Everybody here can tell you that 10 minutes that you take to eat that plate of food, it's taking us 8 hours
Yes.
to get it to that point to where you're satisfied for 5 minutes. So
Mm.
don't underestimate the power of family and a strong support system behind you.
Right. Okay.
Be ambitious, man.
Mhm. Yeah.
Don't get down on yourself. You're
Mhm.
gonna have them times, man, where it's just not right that day, man. You can't give up. You gotta push, man. And I just want to say this: don't think you got to go to culinary school to do what you love, man. 'Cause
Right.
this guy did not go no culinary school, man,
Mm.
and I can cook.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
For sure.
But I do want to give a shout out to my teacher at
Yeah.
the Barrel 135, all that, man. But yeah, man, just stay ambitious, man, and chase for your dreams, man, because this was a
Mhm.
dream for years for me.
Yeah.
And when I tell you, everybody kept saying pushing me,
Yeah.
Jim, what you waiting for? What you waiting for?
Right.
Now I got a catering business and I got a hoagie shop. Right?
I know that's
You
right.
know what I mean? So
Mhm.
be ambitious, kids. Telling you.
Absolutely. It'll get you far.
Big shout out to my man Josh Ocker down at the Barrel 135.
Yeah. Okay. Shout out to Josh.
I just want to say shout out to the Chopper Podcast, man. Life is a grind media, man. We on something different now, man. My man Don Marcola, man. Listen, we appreciate it. We appreciate y'all. I just want to give a shout out to my man Lil, of course, man. Chef Marley. You know, you heard of Say's Restaurant, man. Go down there and check it out. I haven't been down there yet, but I promise you I am. I've heard great things though, man. Broke Boy Pizza. That's right. That's right. My man's Marv's Kitchen. Everybody up here right now, man, got something going on positive, man. Chef Schmitty, he been around for a while too. Y'all know about the mocktails, so I know y'all have seen the mocktails.
Mhm.
Listen, I thought I love my oxtails until I seen his, and I was like, you know what? I might gotta swagger jack a little
Game
bit.
up a little bit.
I might gotta go back in the kitchen and do a little bit of research. But it's not like a hating thing though. It's it's a love thing. You know, it's a potential. You know, it's just a drive, man. These guys right here was driving me to be better. You know, they're driving me to continue to do what I'm doing. You know, seeing them do it, I know I can achieve it too. We all can achieve it, man. That's the mission, man. So yeah.
Absolutely. Well, I got one more question for y'all. And I feel a little ways about this question, but I'm going to still ask it. So, do men cook better than women?
I had a feeling she was going to ask that question. You know what?
People want to know.
I'm like, look, that's a dangerous. Listen,
I feel some type of way about this, but I'm gonna ask it.
And I'm like, we live right now. Listen, I mean, in all honesty, I learn from all women. You know, so I can't necessarily. I mean, but you know what I mean? I mean, it's right. No, but there's always a but though. But I feel like I've surpassed all the women that taught me. Though.
Okay.
I feel like I got them now. Maybe except grandma though. I ain't gonna get grandma, but yeah, I think I got everybody else.
Yeah, I feel about the same. You know, learn from women. You gotta learn from somebody.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like also everybody got their own special way of doing things.
Yeah.
Their own seasonings that they prefer to put in certain things.
Yeah.
Their way of cooking certain things. So to that question, I mean, it's a yes and it's a no at the same time.
Okay.
Because to each his own. Everybody's different.
Right.
I want to say some of the best experiences that I've ever had in the kitchen has been in the kitchen with a woman working together and coming up with a dish together.
Yeah.
So rather than making it about who's better and who's not, when you realize each other's skills and you guys come together and come up with something and you accomplish a goal, that's the real important part.
Yeah.
Yo, stop telling me that you're afraid to cook for me. Like, that's crazy. Like, I'm telling you, if the food tastes good, I'm gonna tell you, yo, this tastes really good.
Right.
You don't got to do all the fancy stuff that I do with the parsley and the parsnips and everything else to make it look nice. And yo, just focus on the flavor. You know what you're doing. So
yeah,
that's pretty
cook
much
with love. Cook with love.
Exactly.
It's a yes for me, man.
My man.
For real, man. I watch a lot of cooking shows, man.
Yeah.
And just like you said, you learn from mama first, man.
Right.
I mean, like, you can always surpass somebody.
Yeah.
But does that still make you a better than them, man? Because there's something that I can't cook that they can cook still.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? Like
you said,
so
come along with that. What this person can do, that person
yeah,
can come together.
building,
Right.
building, man.
Absolutely.
But my answer is yes.
Yes,
man.
Standing on business
Yes,
with that
man.
question, that answer. So, fellas, again, this is going to be just a wonderful experience for us that's going to be eating your food, but enjoy this. Take y'all time with it. We appreciate what y'all doing. This is big for the community. Like, we got to keep this going every year now. Like, so get prepared. Do it bigger, right? So shout out y'all social media so people can hit y'all up and so they know where to find y'all.
Ree Anderson on Facebook, on Instagram, KJA Goat 37. You know, check out our podcast too. My links is in the bio. You know, Life is a Grind Media. Chop up. We gonna keep on. That's right.
All right. That's Marv's Kitchen LLC, Facebook and Instagram.
Yes.
Papa Schmitty's Platters and Catering. Chef Schmitty No Smoke. Amin Ibn Smith. That's me. That's my private page. Y'all can hit me up on either one of those. Instagram, Chef Schmitty. TikTok, Chef Schmitty. I'm on there.
Yes.
James Stotts on Facebook. Loud Pack Marley 79 on Instagram. Let Me Cater to You Catering LLC on Facebook. You can find me on TikTok too.
Okay.
And Broke Boy Pizza. Big shout out to my partner, my man, my left hand, my man Mark Mangiardi. But yeah, you can find me. Those are all the social medias right there.
Yes. Thank you, fellas. So with that being said, this was the Chop Up. Life is a Grind Media. You can follow me, Jamie, at jamrock_227 on Instagram. Come show out on Saturday. Come support.